President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the victories achieved would only become productive by creating a benevolent society. The President expressed this view at a religious event held at the Sri Gunalankara Buddhist Centre in Valigatha, Hambantota yesterday.
The function was held to declare open the monks' quarters at the Valigatha Sri Gunalankara Buddhist Centre. We have all been entrusted with the responsibility of creating a benevolent society while developing this country, which has been battered by a 30-year-long war. A greater share of this responsibility has been entrusted to the Mahasangha.
In tonight's developing story, a decision has been reached to allow political parties time till the 10th of this month to nominate their members to the Parliamentary Select Committee, which will examine the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranayake. The Select Committee will consist of 11 members. Yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament invited both the opposition and the government to name their nominees for the committee. Meanwhile, various parties expressed their views about the charges levelled against the Chief Justice.
When taken into consideration the incidents taking place in the country, even children in this country can understand that there is political interference in the judiciary. We do not accept that this is the first time this is happening in this country. There is no point in speaking about past events. We urge everyone in the legal community to stand up bravely against the actions of this corrupt administration. If these individuals remain silent, then the country will continue to slip into further corruption.
ඉදිරියටවත් මේ තත්ත්වය වෙනස් කරගන්න අධිකරණයට අදාළ සියලුම පුද්ගලයන් නිර්භීතව මේ තත්ත්වයට මුහුණ දීලා මේ දූෂිත පාලකයන් කරන වැඩවලට විරුද්ධව නැගී සිටින්න කියලා අපි ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා. මේ අවස්ථාවේත් අදාළ පුද්ගලයන් ගොළුව වගේ හිටියොත් එහෙමනම් රටේ තත්ත්වය එන්න තවත් අන්ත දූෂිත තත්ත්වයට වැටේ.
යම් කුතුහලයක් තිබුණා දෝෂාභියෝජනාවක් ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම තරම් චෝදනා තිබෙනවද කියන කාරණාව.
Questions were being asked whether there was enough evidence to bring forward an impeachment motion. Now, as the charges have been made public, there is no doubt about this matter. Investigations should begin into this matter in line with the powers vested in the legislature.
ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාව තුළ විශේෂයෙන්ම ව්‍යවස්ථාදායකයට නැත්නම් පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට තිබෙන බලතලත් සමග මේ කටයුතු ඉදිරියට මේ පරීක්ෂණ කටයුතු සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ.
ඒව පෙස්සන් වලින් අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මේ ජාත්‍යන්තර නීති සංගමයට.
Through this petition, we hope to draw the attention of the Bar Association, the Commonwealth Law Society and UN General Assembly towards this issue. This impeachment motion is politically motivated. As lawyers, we have a duty to defeat this motion.
දේශපාලන අරමුණු පරාජය කිරීමේ වගකීමක් මම හිතන්නේ නීතිඥයන්ට තිබෙනවා. ඒ නීතිඥ වරුන් මම හිතන්නේ පෙළගැහී සිටිනවා ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන්.
මම හිතන්නේ බොහොම ප්‍රඥාවන්ත මේ අවස්ථාවේ.
She must act wisely. My advice is that all facts should be carefully taken into consideration and then we should decide whether we need to fight or not. If they decide not to fight on these issues, then she needs to take a decision without allowing it to turn into a mud fest.
There was a doubt as to whether there were enough charges to bring an impeachment motion, but after the charges were published, I think it has become clear as to what the nature of these charges are. Therefore, this will proceed in accordance with the powers given to the legislature or parliament through the constitution.
Shirani Bandaranayake அவர்கள் ஆகவே தான் இந்த Shirani Bandaranayake அவர்களுக்கு எதிராக
Everyone knows that this case was taken forward with much difficulty. A justifiable decision was obtained after much argument.
United National Party parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya says that the opposition is raising its voice not to protect individuals but to protect institutions. He expressed this view at a media briefing today.
මේ රාජ්‍ය සේවයේ රාජ්‍ය තන්ත්‍රයේ මහා ගරාවැටීමක් අද අපිට ඇස්පිටම දකින්න සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා.
We can see the collapse of the state service before our eyes. Now the Attorney General's department has also come under the President. We saw the manner in which the Secretary to the Judicial Service Commission was assaulted and threatened.
Up to date, no action has been taken in this regard. As opposition parliamentarians and public representatives, we are raising our voices not to protect individuals, but to protect democracy. We are not protecting individuals, we are protecting institutions.
පුජ්‍යලකින් පුජ්‍යලින් ආරක්ෂා කරන්න නෙමෙයි. අපිට ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදී ආරක්ෂා කරන්න අවශ්‍යයි. පුජ්‍යලින් ආරක්ෂා කරන්න නෙමෙයි. අපි ආරක්ෂා කරන්නේ ඒ ආයතන ආරක්ෂා කරන්න.
The committee meeting of the Sir Sansadaya in the Kandy district was held this morning under the patronage of United National Party Deputy Leader Sajith Premadasa.
The committee meeting of the Sansadaya was held at the Sri Pushpadana Hall in Kandy. The media, judicial officers, judges and university students are living in fear because accidents occur, disappearances take place and arrests are common. A person can't engage in a business. If they don't engage in a business that goes in line with the government, they cannot develop. They will always be pressurized. We can see the dictatorial governance. This should be defeated. Barack Obama won the election because he acted on the basis that his people, the American people, must be protected. A government is established to strengthen and nourish the people of a country. What is the lesson that could be learned from Obama to reverse a journey of constant defeats? A strong political journey can be built by getting close to the ordinary people, working with them, and by identifying their hopes and aspirations. Today, politicians in this country have been given a good opportunity to begin such a journey, committed towards serving the public.
Minister Maithripala Sirisena says that the United National Party has not fulfilled the role expected from an opposition by the government. The minister points out that the UNP has plenty of experience when it comes to governing the country. Meanwhile, former UNP parliamentarian Gamanwa Sundara says that Ranil Wickremesinghe's leadership will be rejected if party members are not allowed to freely attend the party's convention.
මට මතකයි එදා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ විපක්ෂයට ඉද්දී අපේ පක්ෂ සම්මේලනයේ තිබුණේ සුගතදාස ගෘහස්ත ක්‍රීඩාංගණේ.
I remember the UNP used to have its party convention at the Sugatadasa Stadium even when it was in the opposition. What has happened to the UNP today? The party convention has been limited to the boundaries of Sirikota. The leadership and working committee of the party do not reflect the views of the public. Today the party consists of a bunch of yes men who approve anything the leadership does. The party is going from bad to worse with each passing day. Our leader charges that the government is acting in an arbitrary manner. However, it is our leader who has become a dictator, worse than the government. He is going to hold a convention on the 1st of December where he is hoping to adopt a constitution which is undemocratic and is in his favor. He knows that if he allows a large number of representatives to attend the convention, his leadership will be rejected.
ඒ නියෝජිත සංඛ්‍යාවට ඉඩ දුන්නොත් එතුමා දන්නවා එතුමාගේ නායකත්වය අද ප්‍රතික්ෂේප වෙන බව.
Ranil Wickremesinghe is complaining that I gave a ruling which allows parliamentarians to change parties without losing their seat. As a lawyer, Ranil Wickremesinghe should know that a Supreme Court verdict is usually delivered by at least a 3-judge bench after much deliberation. After a final decision is reached by the panel, it becomes a Supreme Court decision, and this should be respected by Ranil Wickremesinghe and the general public. Ranil Wickremesinghe has done a far more serious thing by criticizing Supreme Court verdicts.
පිළිබඳ දැඩි විවේචනයක් කරලා තියෙනවා.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ඇති වී තිබෙන බරපතල විනාශය.
The United National Party is facing a great disaster. The question that we have is when will this downward slide of the UNP come to an end? As it is one of the main political parties in the country and as it has extensive experience in governing the country, we are saddened by its current state. The party membership of 3 parliamentarians and 2 provincial councillors was suspended because they attended a rally organized by Sarath Fonseca. Their traditional bases have weakened and they continue to weaken them. The opposition has failed to fulfill its role by the government, the people and the country.
රජයට ඊටුවන්නෙත් නැහැ, රටේ ජනතාවට ඊටුවන්නෙත් නැහැ, රටට ඊටු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ.
Minister Vimal Veeravansa says that the 13th Amendment to the Constitution has brought about a confusing system of government. Meanwhile, Minister Champika Ranawaka says that the time is ripe to revert to the old village council system.
Who do we need to bring into the political stream now? The power of parliament is decreasing, even though the people don't accept it. The power of the legislature has been split into several parts. If we continue to take forward the 13th Amendment and the provincial councils, the northern province could end up in the hands of groups that are leaning towards the Tamilila. They will no doubt begin to exercise police powers. Thereby, this will allow them to set up a legal police force for other means. This will also open up the opportunity for groups to engage in politics while bearing arms.
ඔවුන් අනිවාර්යෙන් පොලිස් බලතල පාවිච්චි කරනවා. එතකොට ඔවුන් මේ වෙනත් තරමුණක් වෙනුවෙන් වූ පොලිසිය නීතියානුකූලව පිහිට වෙනවා. අනිවාර්යෙන් නැවත කොටි ත්‍රස්තවාදයට මේ බිමේ දේශපාලනයේ යෙදෙන්න සන්නද්ධ දේශපාලනයේ යෙදෙන්න තියෙන අවස්ථාව විවෘත කරන්න. ගමට බලය එනවයක.
They said that power will be devolved to the village level, and they also promised that administration will become more accessible. They also said that the ethnic problems will be resolved. None of this has taken place. The administration has become even more confusing. The time is right to review this system. We have introduced an alternative through the Mahinda Chindra Idiridakma. This is the Jana Sabha. This is a system which will represent people at the grassroots level and will be capable of taking decisions about development. This is similar to the old village council system.